This is Sam Heughan. The title speaks for itself, and if you love it, make sure you tweet about it like mad. Get it on everything: iTunes, Spotify, BBC Sounds, and Hooligans. I hope you love it too.
I can't believe you said that, Ali.
So how are you?
Can I just draw attention to the fact, did you hear Ali McRae, the producer, just say, if a shit slips out?
He did actually say a wee shit though. So it was...
That's fine.
You know, if a wee shit pops out, then just keep going. It's okay. I think that's good advice for life though, isn't it? Just keep going.
Yeah, well, 100%.
Absolutely. Yeah. I have got more stories than you would like to hear about that subject.
Has that ever happened?
You're asking the questions.
Now that you've asked, Sam, she's going to answer this.
Do you actually want my genuine answer?
Genuinely, yeah. Has ever a wee jobby popped out?
An answer to your ever so wonderful question on a public podcast. I'm not going to say yes or no, but what I will say is, did I have a very bad experience off the subway last year in Glasgow after eating something that did not agree with me, similar to the scene in Bridesmaids? Yes, I did. Before my friends come forward and say, you're a filthy liar. But you know, normalise talking about these things. Again, I am not saying yes or no, blink twice or yes, but normalise talking about these things. Does happen to everybody, and see if I'm laughing about it. You can't slag me because I'm slagging myself first. So I mean, really, we're all friends here. It happens to the rest of us. Can I reiterate, I was very unwell, and it's never happened again. I promise.
If I'm honest, I wouldn't say it was a wee jobby, but I did this crazy play of Batman, like on stage in like big arenas, and I remember being in Brazil, and it might have been the local meat that I'd been eating, but definitely I let out a fart on stage dressed as Batman. but it was great. I waited, and while all the bad guys were like forming up to fight me, so I had a wee break. So I just thought, well, this is the right time to do it, and no one knew.
And you just hit them with it. You just hit them with that fart.
That should be one of Batman's secret weapons, shouldn't it?
You are not a person. That's a mark of a person. That's character building. Stuff like that needs to happen in your life for you to evolve from it, for you to grow.
I don't think that happens as much these days either, does it? I feel like in the old days it might have happened more.
I think people are reluctant to speak about it. People don't like to joke about number twos.
I know, it is a taboo subject, isn't it?
I love it because now with the social distancing, obviously we're all in separate places, so no one will ever know if you did during the podcast. I mean, you're fine. It's like, I'm just saying, one of my pet peeves at the moment is exactly these kind of things. Zoom, and I mean, I hate to, Zoom, thank you for all the work you do, not to call you out, but there are many online forums that we've been using, but you have to get dressed up for it now, don't you? Like, I'm normally in my pants and lying around in my boxer shorts, and now I actually have to get dressed and do my hair, and it's very inconvenient.
Outlander fans everywhere just now getting lovely images in their head. Of you sitting in your pants in Zoom. Are you in your pants right now? Can we confirm that you're not in your pants?
Yeah. This is my top half is obviously I've dressed that, but the bottom half is my Batman pants. Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Yeah. I have noticed that you've got this now like little position on the couch where you sit for all your interviews, because I've been keeping up to date online with all of these. Usually it's the leather jacket you don, but not today. You've got a nice shirt on.
I've got the skirt on. Obviously, it's a nice day today. I was out, so no leather jacket. But yeah, I do have this little spot here. It's basically because my Wi-Fi is terrible. It's the only place where I really get it. But then the next door neighbour starts playing the cello or drilling or whatever they've decided to do.
So divine!
Yeah.
Men are cutting a tree down today.
You might have my neighbour. I mean, I don't know where you are, but I used to...
Are we neighbours?
No, I don't think so. But I had a neighbour that moved to the West End. I'm thinking because like you're a big star now, you're gonna be in the West End somewhere. I'm over in the South Side, and I had a neighbour who I'm sure played the cello above me and could have now moved next to you.
Oh, maybe they're doing quite well now. So they're like gone up in the world, and they've made it to the West End.
Looking down on me, right? Okay. He's in the Scottish Orchestra, so he might, he could have cashed in on that.
Well, I tell you, he's not got any better because still practicing the same songs and they're still not great.
So how have you been? Have you been enjoying Glasgow?
Do you know what? I have been enjoying Glasgow, and I know we're, what we're dealing with at the moment is challenging and it's hard. I'm sure for a lot of people it's been pretty horrific, but but Glasgow is brilliant, isn't it? Like, I just love people are out, and I mean, the weather's been not bad, so people are out. I was in the park yesterday. I love seeing all the little shops with their takeaways, and people having illicit beer on the side of the river that the police don't seem to care about these days. So it's fantastic. It's really nice to be back. Glasgow has always been a very social place, and I think the people are just they're welcoming this time to just get out and about in the sunshine, which will probably only last another week or so, won't it?
No, I think only today. And then I'm sure I looked at the forecast and it was like rain for the rest of the week.
In fact, as soon as we finish this podcast, it'll start raining.
Welcome to the Love Hate Club. So we're looking for you to give us, we talk about all loves and all hates. Roisin says you can basically come out with whatever you like. So what is your love right now?
My love right now? Oh, well, I was thinking about this, and So I love dance music, okay, and I think I've talked about Bowie, your good illustrious friend there, and I've talked about him on many channels. But actually, I was thinking about it, and actually more so, it's radio. Like, the bigger picture is radio, and during obviously shutdown and everything's everyone's at home. There are a lot more of these podcasts are happening, and I love them. But I've always listened to podcasts. But I was just thinking way back to where did that come from? And actually, my granddad, I don't know if you remember these, but he got me into like the Goon Show and all these like old radio shows. And then I was just thinking about it as a teenager. I remember I was so rubbish at school because I used to stay up late listening to like dance music on a Sunday night till like sort of 2 or 3 in the morning. I can't remember what station it was. And talk radio, and then I'd go into school the next day and I'd be exhausted because I'd been staying up listening for some reason to dance music on my own. I don't quite know why that was, but
see if you can do it. If you can do it without drugs and drink, then yeah, I admire that. Where did it come from with you? Because I find this, because I think of you and I think of Outlander and I think of just like an elite and highly regarded actor, and then I think just pure heavy dance tunes. I'm like, I just can't put it together.
I know, and it's the really bad ones I like. What's that one at the moment? I Am a Raver. Do you know that one?
You're like,
I am a raver. And I thought it said rager at first, and I was like, that's really Scottish. I am a rager. But I love it. But I don't know where it came from. I just started listening when I was a kid to dance music, and grew up, in the 90s with really bad dance music. And I think I did go to the Arches. I moved to Glasgow when I was at drama school, and I went to the Arches quite a bit. And the art school, sadly been burnt down a little bit. But it was fun. I love it. I still enjoy it. And when I'm working out as well, I think I listen to a lot of GPX. What
kind of podcasts are you listening to just now?
Obviously, Love Hate with Cassie and Kirsty Wark, as it says up here. You know that.
Yeah, right. Sorry, I forgot to change this. Sorry about the elephant, the Kirsty Wark in the room. I don't know why. So me and Kirsty work together. We work together. Haha. Thank you. That was so fun. And yes. Anyway, bye guys. I'll see myself out. We worked together, and she couldn't use her computer for something. So me, the helpful producer that I am, said you can use my laptop, and now I can't change her name. So
can't shake it off.
I quite like it.
Did you actually think I was Kirsty? Did you?
I did think you were Kirsty.
Wark?
It's hard. My Wi-Fi, as I said, is not very good, so I thought it was Wi-Fi. I thought it was Kirsty here.
Sam, see, speaking about I'm a rager. What are your hates?
Well, what gets me raging? Well, we were just talking about this, and it was almost like the Krypton factor. Trying to get on this podcast with you today, I had to download a separate app, then restart this one, and then unmute myself, and then connect my new earpods. And it's been great, this online stuff, obviously keeping everyone in contact. But I think we're all ready to burn them all to the ground. But it has
and
a big fire like Outlander, just stick them all in. You could do that as a scene.
Yes.
Bring that, on to series 6. Just fling. Well, you probably no, you're still filming. That is an idea now that you're a producer as well. You just throw all the laptops in.
5G masts, throw them into.
I think that's a really good idea. Do you know that? So Elon Musk. And he's obviously, got the Teslas, which I'm quite obsessed with, and actually I love those too. But he's doing this. What's it called? Is it Sky? No, Star. He's basically launched about 2,000 satellites into the sky, and they're going to be the new Wi-Fi, this new not 5G, but he's literally building this Wi-Fi system around the world. And we didn't know this. I mean, there's 2,000 satellites up there with Elon Musk's name on them. I think it's pretty cool. So we're going to have amazing Wi-Fi soon enough.
Yeah, but did that come into your head? Because I've heard that he's been, or people have been burning things because of 5G already. So there's a lot of people that don't like it, and it's given off
That is me. I don't like
Yeah.
it for no reason. I'm one of these people, I'm like, oh, see that 5G. I'm like one of these mums in the supermarket. I'm like, oh, you'd be hard pressed, it gives you cancer. It says me in the queue for the sunbed. So really don't listen to me. But yeah, it's meant to be better. There's a thing outside our work that says 5G is a weapon. Some graffiti. It's not me.
Well, there's a lot of graffiti in Glasgow that I wouldn't really adhere to their advice though. Have you seen the one on the canal? It says stay home, be safe, stay home, and then someone's edited it and said stay home is ball bag or something like that. It's just like it's just I love it. It's just, and there was one, what was it? Oh, wearing masks is for gimps.
Do you know what I always think with graffiti? I always think like, wait, how did you, like, seeing the bridges and stuff over motorways, how did you get there? How? And like they're always like above canals. I'm like, and you never see anybody doing it. You never see anybody doing it. But they're always quite good, I think. I am not against graffitis.
A bit like Banksy, the Banksy of the graffiti world, that they just turn up and do this and then disappear and you don't know who it is.
Yeah, that I know. And we still don't know who he is. I mean, I do Google it sometimes.
Do you think his mum and dad know who he is?
Well, maybe not actually. That's a good question. Maybe Banksy's got like a really normal job and his parents just think, he's done pretty good. He's like, working in the local shop or whatever. And actually he's out there doing all this graffiti and selling paintings for like millions of pounds.
I seen a girl write a tweet that said, I think Banksy should stop doing graffiti when Louis Walsh dies, just so everybody wonders. And I thought that is such a good idea. That is so true.
That's great.
So everybody thinks.
Was it Louis Walsh?
Maybe it was. What was it? You look like a graffiti artist. You sing like a graffiti artist.
I love it.
You are a graffiti
That's a good idea. I like that. Really mess with people. So that's my petty hate probably at the moment.
Sam, when you spoke about canals there, I have to admit something to you. I was down by the Clyde last week, and this really tall, strapping, handsome man ran by me in a black body warmer and black shorts.
No way.
It was like a brief encounter going back to, the old 1945 movie, and I think it might have been you. Were you running last Thursday down by the Clyde?
Most likely, yes. But I didn't see. Where were you? Were you the one under the bridge drinking from the can of Tennent's?
I was the one with the can of Tennent's in the bush going, Sam, come back, Sammy, come back.
And then I ran past.
No, I think, but then I watched your Zoom calls and I thought your hair's got a lot lighter in the sun. It looked kind of darker, but I'm sure it was. When you ran by and I've never met you in real life, so I'm like that. I'm sure to God that was Sam Heughan, but I don't know. I'd stopped and I started speaking to someone. I was on my bike. I mean, do you remember a girl looking a bit like a boy, hair scraped back on a bike? Because if you did, that was me.
Now you mention it. No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
but
that's settled then.
But I'm sure you can tell everyone I was running really fast. But no, do you know what? I have been running quite a bit here, and I love running in Glasgow. It's great. And down by the canal is a good spot, and along the Kelvin as well is good. So next time you go for a cycle, try that.
Yeah, and I'll also, if you pass me again, I'll be like, don't patch me this time, and I'll put out my leg. Try and stop.
I know. I actually have a confession as well, on behalf of my auntie who actually ran the Stirling Marathon. Right, so we only know that you did the Stirling Marathon because you said this. Like, so she never actually confirmed to see you. But every stood up with her friend Claire, shout out to Caroline and Claire. And so every time Auntie Caroline slowed down, she calls herself the Pollux Shields Comet. She runs at 1 mile per hour and she is often physically sick. And so you probably would have remembered her. And but she's got this thing, I don't want to get into it, she's got a terrible gag reflex, but like it's stuff like if the wind blows the wrong way, she'll start boking. Like she gets it, it's really, we could do a podcast on it. She gets like, if her scarf touches her neck, common as scarf, anyway, so every time, so she ran the Stirling Marathon and every time she slowed down, Claire was like, that's Jamie from out, he's coming. She was like, fucking, she can't see me walking. So she ran the whole thing because of the premise that you might see her. I don't think you did see her, but well done for running it and for encouraging others to run.
Thank you. And I think, well, that sounds dangerous, to be honest, to be having that sort of gag reflex. I mean, it'd be dangerous to go outside, really, wouldn't it?
She used to get into my peak challenge and learn the tips.
She does. She does. We've got some great people in there. No, honestly, thank you, because I loved Stirling Marathon. It was fantastic, and I did the Edinburgh Marathon a couple of weeks after that, which wasn't quite so fantastic. But yeah, Stirling's amazing.
Have you ever done the Loch Ness one?
No, have you?
Apparently that's really hard. She did. No, I'm flattered that you asked because I literally cannot run a bath. But no, I haven't. My auntie did it though. Her toenails fell off. Love her.
Wow.
God loves a trow.
Yeah.
But she did run it. She said that one wasn't as good. So
no
maybe
one tells
don't
you
add it
about
to her.
these things when you're running a marathon. They're like, yeah, it's great, do your, couch to 5K and all that, but no one ever tells you about, having to Vaseline your nipples or even your ass cheeks, because you have to, otherwise they get chafed. So.
Have you always ran a lot, or did you start doing it after you got a very cult fan base and you thought,
I need to run faster? Is that what you're saying? Run away from them? Yeah. No, to be honest, I've always been a bit of a runner and sort of anything on my own. I'm not much of a team sport player, not because I'm antisocial that way, but I guess I grew up in the southwest of Scotland, so there weren't many people around to play sport with. But yeah, I'm really into it, and I love working out, and that's what you mentioned, my Peak Challenge, which is my charity fundraiser. It's an online workout series, and we have 12,000 members and all over the world, and it's really a great forum. We do yoga as well, and we've been posting a lot of live workouts for people recently, so they can get a taste for My Peak Challenge. No Vaseline or plasters are needed though.
Talking about your My Peak Challenge, I'm guessing that you like to obviously keep fit for Outlander, but I wanted to ask, have you went into any series, went into any recording and thought, I'm just not in the best shape right now, I just wish I was looking a wee bit more buff? Do you get any point where, is there a series where you've thought about it and you thought, I don't know, you're not like Sam last series, do you get it like that? No,
absolutely. I think season one, I was I went hell for leather, and I was 100% working hard, and then you have a wee bit of a fall off, don't you? Or they're like you don't have to take your clothes off for a few episodes, so you kind of get a bit lax. And also catering on set, I think we all know catering on set, it's just dangerous. There's always cake around and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, there's been many a time I'm like, I've got to take my top off tomorrow, and then you're like, what do I do? How do I? You start googling it, and yeah, unfortunately, the best way to do it is to get dehydrated. So a couple of glasses of wine, and then you don't really care.
Are you keeping in touch with Katrina Balfe just now? Did you keep in touch with her while you're in lockdown?
Sorry, who's that?
Did I say her name wrong?
No, you did. You got it right. I was trying to make a joke. Yes, I do. Oh. She's my co-star.
I was like, oh my God, I was about to die in the spot. Oh my God.
The colour just drained from your face.
No, we do. We keep in contact a lot. We met up last week. We went up in the park with 2 meters apart, of course, but it was nice to see her. And we're like brother and sister now, so we know each other really well. We've been working together now 6 years, which is crazy. And yeah, she's like my sister and tells me exactly what I'm doing wrong, and I need to know these things.
You were in the park with her. I've just picked up on that. Is she? What park is this?
Why? Are you going to stalk me again?
Cassie was there.
No, I'm more intrigued. I did not think she was around. This is news to me.
Yes, she's around. Yes, I believe. And oh God, I'm going to put her in trouble now. No, we were in the park. Yes, it was.
Wow.
Yeah. Why?
Did anyone come up? That would, imagine. I can't believe.
Did you try and poison her or something?
No.
Did she eat the burger that you sold her?
I'm seeing it from a fan perspective, right? If I was in the park and I was like, oh my God, there is Jamie, there is Katrina, they are together. Or not Jamie, I'm using two names here, two different names. But anyway, if you were together, I'd be like, I would lose my shit. I would run up. I'm guessing that people have noticed you.
I think, honestly, to be honest, firstly, Glaswegians are awesome. They just don't care. They see, right, that's that Jamie and that's that Claire. But also, we don't look anything like our characters. I don't think, I don't have the ginger wig and she doesn't have her long flowing locks. So I think something.
But you're still Sam Heughan. Well, I recognised you down by the Clyde and that you were running
at
100 miles an hour.
You did, yeah, that was me. That was. No, but people do, sometimes come up, and it's nice when they do recognise you. And I've certainly noticed, that Scotland, the show has got a lot more popular in the last 2-3 years. Obviously, it went onto Netflix, and then I think obviously it's on Amazon here, but the Netflix thing really picked up as well. So it's been nice that people do come up and say hi. Not stalking us though, like you do.
I'm not a stalker.
I've been called Sassenach ever since it was 2 years.
Who calls you that?
By my boyfriend Joe. My boyfriend Joe loves it. He loves it. He is thankfully not here, or he would actually be in the room doing it too. If I do it, Sassenach, and I'm like, Joe, we're in Tesco's, please just call me Roisin. But it's a good laugh. What I was going to ask you, when you said, are you like siblings? Is that not a bit awkward for the more intimate scenes? You don't want to be
with your sister. You don't really want to be doing that with your sister, do you?
You don't. Well, no, you don't. I don't. No. I don't have a sister, but I wouldn't want to do that if I did.
No, you're right. To be honest, well, I think that's it. That we are like so close now. We know each other really well. So those, as you very, very delicately put it, intimate scenes where we bash our bodies together, they are. They're never that pleasant. I mean, they're a really important part of the show and important part of the characters and their relationship. But yeah, we've done all kinds of things to get into those scenes, and sometimes it's a wee bit of Dutch courage or.
Did you slag each other? Well, maybe not. It'd be awkward if you slagged her, I think, but if she slagged you.
Yeah.
And just went, oh, like Venus! Oh, we're gonna go do that again. Just like made a joke about it.
No, we get on very well, and we've got a similar sense of humor. So we're quite childish on set, and yeah, she's great. She does slag me off a lot. So
she's got a great laugh.
She's got a great laugh, and she's got a great sense of humor. Wicked, very fast. So we do have a lot of fun. And to be honest, the crew they're so bored of seeing our naked bodies now that they just every day.
I watched an interview with Paul Mescal and Daisy Edgar-Jones. I'm completely obsessed with normal people. And they were talking about the fake sweat that they have to put on. And they said that one of their most embarrassing moments was when they rubbed together and it made a fart noise. So go back to the farts again. We're all about farts in this podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah, is that the same with you? Like, do you have to use that stuff?
Yeah.
I want to be introduced to it. I'm like, what is it made of? Is it made of Vaseline?
Well, actually, talking of, it's Vaseline. It is exactly that, and you get Vaselined up, and then a bit of water spray on top of you. It'll sit on top of the Vaseline, so it looks like droplets. But of course, as soon as you start getting intimate with someone, it rubs off on them, and it does. It makes a nice sound.
I'm actually sweating thinking about this. That is my worst night. That is my under my eyes are sweating. I'd be mortified. I would be mortified. I'd probably poo on the carpet or something as usual.
Sensing a theme here.
I'd just be so I don't know. I mean, like,
it is pretty. It's something quite weird to get your head around. But we've been doing it for so long now.
Once you do that, what can you really not do? If you've got your kit off in front of everybody, I mean, really nothing would be as bad as that.
Yeah.
I used to work in a restaurant that nobody spoke English, and now every time I do something in my adult life, I'm like, oh, it can't be as bad as that time that you worked in the restaurant, nobody spoke English apart from you, and you dropped all the drinks on the floor and everybody shouted at you and they treated them. It can't be that bad. So I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'll just do it.
If I'm honest, I remember back when I first started acting, and I did have one of those like actors' recurring nightmare dreams where you're naked on stage. And you're like, oh my God, everyone can see, and then I actually had to do that for a play. And my mum actually came to the opening night, and she was in the front row, which was also equally embarrassing. But then I've never had that dream ever since. So maybe that's one way of dealing with it.
How does your mum deal with your fame? Like, is she through in Edinburgh? Am I right in saying that? Is she through?
She is, yeah.
Edinburgh?
Yeah.
Cassie's been at our house.
I have been outside in the bush with a can of Tennent's. That was me.
Now you're trying to find my mum as well.
What's her name? I waved to her. Hello.
Hello there, Chrissy. How you doing? Yeah, she's in Edinburgh, but she's always been encouraging with the acting, and she's an artist herself, so she kind of understands the career and how difficult it is. But I think she sort of turns. I think, to be honest, so she sends me newspaper clippings of anything that I've been in, but it's not so. I've done a lot of things in America and it's great, but it's never like Variety or the Hollywood Reporter or anything. She'll send me like, the Evening Standard or like the Galilee News. or the school newspaper, she'll send it to me cut out.
I have a quick story. This happened to me. It was my gran who got a newspaper cutting of me. Now, I covered George and the GBX, which I know obviously you love the GBX, and it was my first time covering it, and a reporter came to me, I will not name the newspaper, and they came to me and they were like, oh, you're a woman and you're doing GBX, it's amazing, and can I come and interview you about it? And I was like, yeah, of course. I asked George was like, go for it, reach for the sky. And I sat down with the guy and he was like, okay, so what does your family think about it? And I said, oh, my mum, she picks up on all the wee kind of things, so if she hears like a song finish and I'm not talking over it, she'll pick me up on that, and she criticises it and things, but she's very proud. Okay, the headline was DJ slammed by own mother. And then, right, so they took that and they got DJ slammed by own mother as the headline, and my gran cut out the newspaper cutting and put it on the fridge and said, this is lovely. And I was like, Gran, this is not good, this is not positive press, please. But it's still there,
See, before we did this recording for you, we're having a quick set-up call to make sure that we can actually turn the laptops on. Cassie's like, right, I'm going to ask Sam about like the newspaper clippings. And Ali was like that. No. He's like, that's too specific. He won't mention newspaper clippings. And here we are when words collide. Cassie probably texted you and told you to say it. See the newspaper.
She did, to be honest. She's been texting me all day. Do you know what? This stalking has got to stop.
Sam, you're going to say that and people will believe this.
This isn't even a podcast.
She messages me on Twitter now as well. She's like, oh, just catch you on Twitter as well, pal. I'm just, how you doing? What's going on?
Look, I've got to put it out there, that was a brave move from me, because I sat there and I looked at the phone and I thought, who would I want on this new podcast? And I thought, Sam Heughan. And I'm just like that. Hi, Sam. Like, so lucky that you followed me as well, so I could message you. I'll never message you again, but will you come on to the podcast? And you were like, yes, you weirdo, I will come on.
Yeah, I think I might have been drunk when I replied, but
now.
We're here now, so we'll just carry on.
Little do you know that I'm Cassie's sister and Ali's our brother, and this is just a home video for Cassie to have. This isn't a podcast.
I can't wait to see the newspaper clipping about it as well, and you can stick it on your
fridge. What we'll do, see, to prove that it is an actual podcast, we will do a quick fire rounds. This is
Oh yeah, come on, these are fun. I don't have to think so much.
Exactly, you don't. You also don't have to tell the truth. No, you do. You have to just say love or hate. What could be more simple? Nothing.
Easy.
Actually, what we said, right, Cassie, you can join in on this because we were making her sit out before, but Cassie, you are including this.
Is this a competition? Do I win? Do we win anything or no?
You win a day out with Cassie. You won't know.
All right, let's go.
He's
you won't know. You've been on 7 already. Okay, so love or hate mayonnaise?
Hate.
I'm going to go hate as well.
Stop copying.
I like it.
Is that?
No, I'm not. I like tuna. I like tuna, but and mayonnaise, but I'm not really a fan of it on its own.
Wait. This is a quick fire. Wait.
Sorry.
We'll have the chat later. Oh,
yeah.
Jeez, right. It's like herding cats. Okay, trashy reality shows. Love or hate?
Love it. Love. That would have been one of my loves. By the way, I wanted to talk about that, but we can talk about it later.
Cassie?
Yes, I love them. Yeah.
Speaking on the phone.
Hate.
Love, absolutely love. Hate texting, hate WhatsApp. Just give me a bell.
Superhero films. Love or hate?
Putting
out there, I hate them. Anyway.
Sam, you'll need to say yes in case you get snapped up for one. You might get snapped up. Say yes, Sam. I'm doing it for your career, mate.
Yes, love it. Would love to be one.
But hate watching them. Cassie?
But hate.
I just think, they're just so unrealistic, aren't they? I know that's the point. That's what Joe says. Joe's like, it's a film. I know, but I want to watch. Oh, anyway. Cassie, love or hate superhero films?
I'm going to go hate because I usually watch rom-coms and I fill my head with nonsense.
So do I. Then you get up sex, your life's not like that. Musical episodes of TV show. This is very specific. I hate. Cassie?
What's musical episodes of a TV show?
I think it would be like if your TV show, if it had like a musical spin-off, those random episodes you used to get on I was going to say like Glee, but that is a musical TV show, that definitely doesn't count. I feel like I don't watch Grey's Anatomy, but if one episode for like the season 310 finale, they're all dancing.
I'm going to say no. If it's quick fire, I'm going to say no because I don't have a clue what they are.
But I feel like, I mean, I say I hate it, but actually, if there was like an Outlander episode that actually became a musical, I mean, it could be kind of fun.
Oh, see the intro song for that, Sam, just quickly. My gran used to sing it to me when I was younger.
The song,
Speed Bonnie.
Skyboat song, yeah.
The Skyboat song, but in a really terrible tone. It was Speed Bonnie Bo. And I would be like, please, Gran, stop. But yours is a lot more beautiful. It's really nice.
Thank you. It is. It's very beautiful, and it's actually. I mean, I was the same when I grew up with that song as well, so I knew it pretty well. But I think now wherever you go in the world, you can hear people playing it on the bagpipes and that, and it does kind of follow you around a little bit. It's kind of haunting me now. This quick fire round is not very quick fire.
Oh, that was it over. Sorry, you've answered all the quick fire.
Oh, we did. Oh, right. Oh, okay.
We've got another. We do have another one coming up. Well, if you want to, do you want to do it now? Will we just continue the quick fire round? If you love it,
let's do another one. Come on, let's do another one.
You love a quick fire round. This is great for the Love Hate Club.
See?
Okay, fans asking for selfies.
Oh, love it. Yeah, but
don't do it.
There is definitely a disclaimer there. No, it's just like somehow they always get you when you literally you've just broken up with your partner, or you're drunk, or you're hungover, or you're just come out of the toilet, or whatever it is, and they always somehow just catch you just when you're least expecting it. It's quite funny.
Do you know what it's like when you are at a restaurant and the waiter says, "Do you like your meal?" and it's your fucking face is stuffed with it, and you're like, That's what I imagine it's like.
Or it's been really bad and the service has been terrible, and they're like, "Everything okay?" And you're like, "Yeah, it's great. Yeah, thanks very much."
Yeah, it's absolutely fine.
Being asked to be the next James Bond. I know you're sick of this. It had to be put in there. How do you feel about it?
I love it. It's something that it's been asked quite a lot, and I guess once one reporter has asked it, it sort of becomes news, doesn't it? So they go on this sort of cycle of everyone asking it. But it's cool. I worked with Roger Moore years ago, and that was cool. Like to work with one of the greatest Bonds. Who was your favorite? To me, honestly, I love Roger Moore, and Sean Connery, of course. But I actually like Timothy Dalton. I don't even remember The Living Daylights, but that was
I feel with age, I have to say Daniel Craig, only because I feel like that's when I was engaging most with the movies. And then I remember going to Glencoe to try and reenact the Judi Dench and Daniel Craig scene at Glencoe, and I lost reception and I got the wrong area, and I went home and I was so excited about it, and I looked at the picture again and I was just in some random field somewhere, and I couldn't.
Nothing like it.
But Daniel Craig probably would for me.
I've never seen a Bond film. I know the abuse.
Oh, Shane!
I know. Where have I been?
Where have you been?
Just really living my life and just walking about and stuff.
You can't say to Sam Heughan you've never watched a Bond.
I haven't seen a Bond film, and up until recently I'd also never eaten a prawn, but I have eaten prawns now regularly. But it was just
prawn crackers or not?
I'm not into them, to be honest. I think it's a very fishy, like a fishy crisp. Why would I want that?
Speaking of the Bond location, though, can I do a plug here? Because I just launched my new TV show called Men in Kilts, and we actually go to that location in Glencoe, amongst other fascinating locations, where I basically try and assassinate my co-star Graham McTavish. But I just wanted to do a shameless plug.
No, Sam, we went off in about 5 tangents, and Ali has said to me, hold on till I read 3 times, ask about Men in Kilts. Ask about Men in Kilts. Cassie, ask about Men in Kilts. And I thought, I'm going to get to it, but I was just enjoying the chat so much about Bond. So can we speak about this in a little bit more depth? So you guys go basically on a journey through Scotland. You're going to do the whole, get the tourism board right up again. I know it went up 400% or something with Outlander, but you are keeping us on the map. Yes.
That's right. Flying the flag.
Where do you go? Can you give away any locations just now? Where do you visit?
Do you know, we actually go all over Scotland, but it's sort of like a bit more of a, we've been playing these Scottish characters, Highlanders, for, I've been playing for 6 years now, and we know obviously a bit more about Scotland, but we wanted to take a deeper dive. But we're not only looking at the history, but we're looking at the culture, the traditions, like the witchcraft, the food, the drink, music. So we really kind of do everything, and we're sort of traveling around various forms of transport. And yeah, to be honest, the grand scheme of it was about me just winding up Graham McTavish. He's like this sort of grumpy man who pretends to be a real heroic, a warrior, but actually deep down he's not.
Yeah, do you know, when I look at him, I think, and the producer said this, he looks like the kind of guy that you'd find in the Ben Nevis and Finiston.
He's actually a total sweetheart, and we're really good friends. But he's played lots of angry Scotsmen. He played an angry dwarf in Lord of the Rings, or The Hobbit, actually, The Hobbit. He was one of those dwarfs, and he was in one of the Rocky films, I think, and he was pretty angry in that as well. So he's notoriously angry. But actually, if he was in the Ben Nevis, he probably wouldn't be ordering, a whiskey. He'd probably be like having, I don't know, a martini with an umbrella on top. Like he's, or a cafe latte or something. He's a bit of a lovey.
What was would you say the funniest thing that happened whilst you were filming with him? Because I'm hoping it's something like you got him blind drunk and he had a blackout and I don't know. Or like...
Oh, I mean, that goes without saying every night. But yeah, it was, to be honest, like I guess throwing him off a cliff or getting him to kayak or swim in the ocean.
That's a horrible thing to do to somebody, put them in a kayak. I can't think of anything worse.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant because he just won't do it. And he starts to shout at you and he gets all grumpy and then he sulks, and it's TV gold, to be honest.
What kind of, going back to, we're staying on the subject of TV shows, what kind of trashy TV are you into? Because I know you said that you're loving it. What are you watching?
Yeah, well, can I be honest? So I love documentaries, and this is one of my loves. I love all the American football ones. There's a lot of School of Hard Knocks and All or Nothing, and then Cheer. I don't know if you saw Cheer.
Did you watch the Aaron Hernandez documentary?
Yes, fascinating as well. Fascinating. It's scary, really scary actually. But I love all those. I love those documentaries. And but then I've spent lockdown. I've watched all 8 seasons of 90 Day Fiance. And I don't know if you know this.
Oh, Roisin and I know a good bit from it. Will we reenact it?
Please do.
I like The View.
No, wait, I'll do him because I can do better.
Okay, you want it?
I like The View.
You do?
You're my best view.
She's doing the face as well. That's brilliant.
I did it. I actually really can look like Ed from 90 Day Fiance, which really is not who you want to be your celeb doppelganger, but I will take it. It's a weird flex, but we'll go with it.
Well, it's good that you can do that, though. You're very versatile.
Thank you. I'm coming for your job.
I've also I don't know if you watch any. I came back to the UK and I watched that SAS Who Dares Wins. I love that. I love First Dates. I don't know if you know that one on Channel 4.
Yeah, First Dates.
And right now, Bake Off Professionals, I'm obsessed with. There's only been 4 episodes, but it's so good.
You need to be snapped up for a celebrity version of Bake Off, 100%, because you do it anyway.
I absolutely have to. I'm ready. I want to be in one of those kitchens and making cakes. There you
go. You heard it here first. Like, you need to be in it. I think that you would really suit it. You would suit that wee role of, with your wee penny on and getting writing about it.
Would you go on, is it SAS or is it SAS, like student loans? I always call it SAS, like fucking like the £300 you used to get. Anyway, would you go on SAS, student loans, Who Dares Wins? Would you go on that? That's not the same Bake Off.
I mean, absolutely. It's one that I would absolutely love to go on. I think, but I don't know if you go on that when you're trying to revive your career or not. I don't quite know.
Oh, that's true, yeah. You probably have to look at that, actually, the backlog of celebs that were on it and think, okay.
I actually did a movie last year that should hopefully be out this year called SAS, Red Notice, not SAS. It's not about student loans. But it's based on, I don't even know Andy McNabb. He's one of the most decorated British Special Forces, and he's written a series of books. And it's a really, really fun action movie, and it's kind of based on one of his stories. So,
have you watched Love Is Blind? You need to get on that if you've not watched that.
Yeah, I've heard about that. I've not seen it yet. That's probably my next binge.
That and Selling Sunsets is great. Selling Sunsets is
been watching. I finished that recently. Yeah,
Selling
Sunsets.
I loved it so much.
Who's your favourite? Who's your favourite?
I liked. Oh God, what's her name? So Christine, I don't really like in it. Mary's probably the nicest one, but she's genuine, I think. But the rest of them, I'm like, oh my God. But I love it. I'm like that. Keep bringing the drama. I love watching it. It's so good.
And then you get to see these amazing apartments and places for sale in Los Angeles, and you're like, wow, it's still only 78 million. That's pretty reasonable.
And do you know what's so funny when you start getting when people get ones that are 20 million, you're like, fucking cheapskate.
Rubbish. Yeah.
I was like, rubbish. That's shit. That's 12 million. That's crap. But you know how like you've got like the fans that they are dedicated to the cause. Do you know what I mean? They are brushing their teeth, Sam Heughan on the mind, Outlander on the mind,
Hooligans.
Scotland on the mind. So like I feel like these people probably know more about you than you actually do, and they probably just make it up as well. But what would be like, just to give them something that they don't know, you know, add a little bit of spice. What would be like a perfect Sam Heughan day from start to finish?
God, that's quite hard. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I'm kind of enjoying the downtime right now. So definitely that. I love to start my day with coffee, strong black coffee and eggs, but I love ketchup on my eggs. I don't know if you guys are into that. Sounds a bit weird.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know about you, but it's like, it's hard now to, I after about midday and you've done a little workout, you start thinking, when's too early to have a drink? So, so I just have one when you wake up. I thought maybe it's just cut out that time. No, I'm not promoting that at all. But I don't know. I'm quite enjoying downtime. So right now is pretty good. I just need to get a dinner guest over, Cassie.
So just to sort of look back on that. So for all the Outlander fans listening. So the Sam Heughan perfect day would be wake up, have a coffee, have tomato sauce all over your eggs, go for a workout, go back to the house, not do anything, chill, start drinking at 12 o'clock and have Cassie over for dinner.
Sounds pretty awesome to me.
You know the way to this man's heart, everybody.
That's it. Pretty simple,
perfect
right?
Day.
Before we go, just one more thing. Mr. Malcolm's List, can you tell us any more about this? Because it's a rom-com, so it's so different for you.
So did Ali just text you that and say, ask about Mr. Malcolm's List?
No, honestly, I had it on my sheet, actually, Sam. I was doing my research earlier. She
did bring this up earlier.
No, I hear it is. Look, I've got, there's a book there. I've got, yes, it's something that that we're obviously going to shoot next year in the spring, and it's fantastic. It's got such a good cast, and the book is based on a book written by Suzanne Allain, and it's sort of like, it's almost like fan fiction of period comedies, period dramas. So it's kind of like the best bits of Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, Dickens, Shakespeare. But it is in that world. It's in the 1800s, and it's, you know, in sort of Mr. Darcy world. And the lead character is Mr. Malcolm, and he's this very discerning gentleman that has a list of things that a woman has to measure up to before he can then consider her as a suitor. I don't play him.
You should.
But yeah, it's great, and I'm playing a character called Mr. Henry Ossery, and he's a lot of fun, and it's very, as you said, it's very different. I mean, it is a period drama, which is kind of similar to Outlander, but it's a completely different world. And actually, they've already shot a short which you can see online on YouTube, which gives you just a 5-minute teaser taster of what the movie is going to be about.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on the Love Hate Club podcast. It's been amazing.
It has been fabulous.
I loved it, and I didn't hate it.
Will you subscribe, Sam? Will you subscribe to the Love Hate Club? And if not, can you please plug it for us? Thank you.
I will definitely plug you, and I'll subscribe. I don't even know how to subscribe, but I will of course. And yes, everyone I know you have some great guests coming up who will be a lot more interesting than me. But
yeah,
good luck with those.
Many in the bag.
We don't have, because this is not even a real podcast. We've got what we wanted. Cassie, are you happy with that?
I think we've peaked. I actually think we should just get our I was going to say our pay pokes, but that is so Outlander, like back in the day. Our paychecks, and just go up the road, because this is it. We've peaked now. So thanks, Sam. That was good.
It's all downhill from now on.
Yeah.